Long before cinematic universes and billion-dollar superhero franchises became the norm, Superman, 1978, accomplished something few films had ever done. It made audiences believe in a man who could fly. Nearly half a century later, Richard Donner's vision of the Man of Steel continues to stand as the first true superhero blockbuster and arguably one of the finest ever made. As the DCU prepares to reintroduce Superman to a new generation, it's worth revisiting the film that started it all. More than just a nostalgic relic, Superman remains a remarkable piece of cinema, one that shaped not just comic book adaptations, but blockbuster storytelling itself. A groundbreaking vision that defined a genre. When Donner took on the challenge of adapting the world's most recognizable superhero, it was an ambitious, risky move. This was uncharted territory. No film had ever tried to render comic book mythology on such an epic scale. With a cast that included Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder, Gene Hackman, and Marlon Brando, Superman didn't just aim high. It shot for the stratosphere. Reeve's dual performance as the bumbling Clark Kent and the confident, compassionate Superman is still considered definitive. In one iconic scene, his simple transformation, a shift in posture, a subtle glance, speaks volumes about the heart of the character. His portrayal wasn't about muscle or might, but about integrity and emotional truth. Alongside him, Kidder's Lois Lane brought grit, wit, and intelligence. Their chemistry was genuine, never forced, and their back and forth, whether during an interview or in moments of danger, remains some of the best superhero romantic tension put to screen, portraying mythic figures with depth and heart. While Reeve and Kidder shine at the film's core, the supporting cast elevated Superman into something mythic. Brando's brief turn as Jor-El carries weight far beyond his screen time. His Kryptonian coldness contrasted with a hidden warmth, and his farewell to his infant son offered profound commentary on hope and sacrifice. Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor added levity and menace in equal measure. While his portrayal leaned more toward comic villainy than future incarnations, Hackman found a way to make the character magnetic. His Luthor wasn't just a schemer. He was eccentric, charming, and surprisingly nuanced, a perfect foil to Superman's earnestness. Even the brief glimpses of Krypton reveal a deeper philosophical divide between Jor-El and Lar-El. Where Jor-El sees promise and strength in Earth's yellow sun, Lara foresees isolation and heartbreak. Their opposing worldviews become an unspoken metaphor for the inner conflict Superman carries with him on Earth. Flying into the future with 1970s visual wizardry. What truly made Superman a marvel in 1978 was its visual ambition. The film's tagline, "You'll believe a man can fly," wasn't just marketing, it was a mission. The flying effects, groundbreaking for the time, still managed to inspire awe. Seeing Reeve lift off, as Williams' now legendary score crescendos, remains one of cinema's most stirring moments. From the crystallized grandeur of Krypton to Luthor's quirky underground lair, the film's production design gave each location a personality. The shimmering Kryptonian robes, the icy fortress of Solitude, and even Metropolis itself all feel thoughtfully constructed, contributing to the sense that this is a universe where godlike beings and real human emotions coexist. Sure, some of the effects now show their age, but they never distract. Instead, they add a tactile charm, reminding audiences of a time when visual effects were crafted with ingenuity, not just computers. A slow start that still matters. If there's a criticism that holds up today, it's the film's pacing, particularly its extended prologue on Krypton and the slow build to Superman's debut. Modern audiences, accustomed to high-speed openings and immediate action, might find the early acts sluggish. However, context is everything. In 1978, Superman was introducing a character most had only seen in comics or television serials. Donner's approach was almost reverent, giving Superman the origin story of a mythological hero. That slower pace gave weight to the narrative and a sense of destiny to Clark's journey. A classic that transcends time. What makes Superman endure is its sincerity. There's no cynicism in this movie, no need to deconstruct or complicate the character. Reeve's Superman believes in doing the right thing simply because it's right. That core idealism, combined with the cast's commitment and Donner's earnest direction, gives the film an emotional clarity many modern superhero films lack. In a cinematic landscape filled with antiheroes and moral ambiguity, Superman reminds us what true heroism can look like, not as power, without consequence, but as responsibility tempered with compassion. Whether you're revisiting it out of nostalgia or discovering it for the first time, Superman still has the power to move, inspire, and uplift. Nearly 5 decades later, it remains the gold standard, a timeless example of how to bring a superhero to life.